Guys, this is MarketFX, and today I'll be giving my weekly review and my projection for the USDJPY and the GBPJPY using the top-down analysis and also the COT data to see what the institutional traders are doing so we can get the best point of entry for our review. Then jump right into the video. So do it to subscribe, smash that notification icon, and also give the video a like, right? So basically what we're expecting the market to give us last week was a buy, right? We're seeing the institutional traders, the data was reflecting bullishness, buy. So what we're expecting is that the market gives us a rejection from that trend line, right? Then we get a buy. This is basically what we're anticipating. So the market really did not give us that. Instead, the market gave us a break, right? Which is a very nice thing. So we're expecting a break and a retest of that trend line. The market gave us that rejection, a break and a retest of that zone. Then that was what the market actually gave us. And like I always say, patience is a very beautiful strategy in trading. So basically this is what the market gave us, right? So let's clearly chart, do our top analysis, go to the COT data to see what the institutional traders are doing on these pairs, right? So let's clear the charts. Beautiful. So starting on the weekly, what are we seeing? Like, what is the market actually giving us, right? Let's map out our zones. Let's map out the zones we are seeing. So we have this beautiful zone right here. We have this beautiful zone which the market has been testing, right? We also have this beautiful zone right here, right? And with the look of things, we can see that the market is actually heading back to this zone. What I'm saying on the weekly time frame. So let's drop down to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, what am I seeing? What are the zones that we could plot on the daily? We have this zone right here, which is a beautiful zone, and the market is currently at this zone. So we are expecting the market to give us two things: a break or a rejection from this zone. So basically this is what I'm seeing for the daily time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, what are we seeing? Right, on the 4-hour time frame, before we plot anything on the 4-hour time frame, let's go to the COT data to see what the institutional traders are doing. Okay, the data we are seeing for the yen, right, specifically for the yen, is that the yen is getting weak, right? The yen is getting weak. With what I'm seeing, the yen is getting very weak, right? Overall, we have a lot of longs on the yen compared to the shorts, but recently these guys have been closing their long position, telling us they are no longer interested for the long position, and they have been adding massive longs, right? And this is a very bullish indication for the USDJPY, right? This is a very bullish indication. So let's go to the US dollar to actually see what the US dollar is doing to give us that final touch for the USDJPY. Then we'll go to the pound. Okay, beautiful, very beautiful. What are we seeing on the US dollar, right? For the US dollar, what we are seeing is that these guys are adding longs, right? And they are closing short. They are closing a lot of shorts, right, very recently, and this is a very bullish indication for the USDJPY. So we should be looking for buys, right? This is what the data is telling us. So let's go for the pound, see what the pound is actually doing. Okay, for the pound, what we are seeing is these guys are closing both the longs and the short they have for this pair, right? You can see that, right? You can see that they have been closing both their longs and also closing their shorts, but they're closing little of the shorts and closing a lot of long. But overall, we have a lot of longs compared to the shorts. Also, from what we've seen previously, they have been adding longs, right? But for now, this is an indecision, right? So basically this is what the data is reflecting. So let's go back to the chart, see how we can actually implement this on the chart so we can get the very best point of entry, right? So we can get the best point of entry. So basically, so just like we've seen from the COT data, right, these guys are very strong for the USDJPY. So let's draw our zones. Let's mark out our points of interest. We have this trend line here which the market has broken, right, and also retested. And with the way the market tested, this zone is kind of not really coming back. Even though it comes back, right, it would be really an indication that these guys want to go grab a lot of liquidities, right? So if we go back to the daily, right, you can see that the market actually gave us a change of character, right? We have this change of character right here. Let's use this too. Okay, let's use this too. We have this change of character. You can see that the market actually gave us a change of character. We have a candle close above that zone. So let's have this in mind, right? The market really want to either gives us a pullback, right? The market will either want to give us a very strong pullback to grab more liquidity. That means the market will want to come to this zone right here. This is something that the market would want to do, right? Or the market would go all the way down to grab these liquidities right here. Because of, as you see this is a very strong liquidity. This is a very strong liquidity. The market will also want to come take out, right? If the market gives us this is a very strong bullish indication. So this is basically what I'm anticipating the market to give me. Actively, just like we've seen, we are strong, right? The buyers are strong, so we are expecting the market to give us a break retest, this is where we'll be buying to this zone right here. So basically this is what I'm seeing, and the markets, I'm still seeing this zone right here, seeing this zone, right? The market broke this zone, and this is a strong zone the market would also want to come to. So basically this is also what I'm seeing to this downside, right? Before we see that break above back to this zone. So basically this is what I'm seeing for the market to give us actively, right, before we get any further movement. So let's go to the pound yen. What are we seeing? What is the market actually doing for the pound yen? So just like we analyzed last week, we're expecting the market to come to this zone right here, this zone right here, or this our trend line, and that's resistance for supports before we get a push to the upside. Basically this is what we're anticipating. This is what I was anticipating, but the market really did not give us that. Let's clear this a little. The market really did not give us that. So what the market actually gave us, where we have our entry, was this zone right here, because of we're seeing a falling wedge. I was spotting a falling wedge. I was spotting this falling wedge right here, this falling wedge, right? This is what I was spotting last week. I was just seeing the market actually giving us this wedge, so I was anticipating the market to continue in that weakness down to this zone before we get our entry. But unfortunately the market gave us a break before coming to that zone. So basically I was now waiting for a retest, right? So this is where I was waiting for my retest. The moment the market gave us the retest, then we got in for the buys. Then we got in for the buys after the market, as the market came to give us that retest, then this is where we took our buy. So basically, what are we expecting for this coming week? Let's clear the chart, do a top line analysis, and align ourselves with what the institutional traders are doing, like we have seen from the COT data. So let's clear the charts. So on the weekly time frame, what are we seeing on the weekly time frame? We have this beautiful zone here. This is a beautiful zone the market is currently at, and we have been seeing a lot of battle in that zone. A lot of battle have been going on in that zone. So on the daily time frame, what are we seeing? Very, very strong. The buyers are strong, right? We still did not have this break. Until we have a break of this zone, then we could go down. Apart from that, the market could actually do anything within this zone, then continue to the upside. So basically this is what I'm seeing for the weekly time frame. I'm also seeing this trend line right here. This is a very beautiful trend line. Seeing this trend line, which the market has been respecting, right? So price could actually come back to that trend line, then get our push to the upside. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the institutional level, this 200 level, still the market has not breaking that level. The market has been struggling below that level, so we are either waiting the market to give us a break or come to our zone before we get our buys. So basically this is what I'm anticipating, right? And I'm anticipating the market to either come back to this demand zone right here, this very beautiful demand zone we have, or we get a break above the 200 level right before we go for our buys. So I'm expecting the market to either come to this level right here, right, and trend line, then gives us that beautiful break that we have been anticipating the market to give us for a very long time now, or the market does give us that break. The market gives us this break right here, right, on the retest. That's where we'll be going for our long. So basically these are the two scenarios, or the two things I'm saying the market want to give us for the pound yen. So if you find this video helpful, do give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe, smash the notification icon, so whenever I drop a nice content like this, you'll be the first person to get a video. So, and also I say, if you're not trading with 10Trade, right, 10Trade is a very beautiful prop firm that actually gives you a very flexible environment to trade. No restriction on your strategies, just go there, buy account and scale up, right? So do where to go to the video description and get started trading with 10Trade.